Moving too bossy, we don't tread softly,
All right, you guys, next story up. So four from Black Ink Chicago. You know, I used to watch Black Ink Chicago. I used to review Black Ink Chicago. And then it just got to be just ridiculous. And I was just like, I'm going to let it go. I don't even know if the show still comes on. I know they came on for a few more years after I stopped reviewing it. I had stopped following whatever was going on there. But I did remember that okay, so the brother, what was his brother's name? Can't even think of his name. The big one. He started getting into weightlifting and all of that. And so was Ryan. Ryan was also kind of into weightlifting and everything. So they were like real big and shit. Ryan had got past the fine point to like the scary big Bufferino type. It was just sort of like, oh, you too big. Like, you know, he's looking at him like, ooh, all these veins and shit, you know, because Ryan always been fine, but yeah, he didn't went too far. But I was just like, that's, you know, if you into muscle building and all of that, that's that whole community, so fine. And then 4 branched off in a different direction, and 4 became involved in I wouldn't say he's an adult entertainer, but you know, 4 just decided to live his life the best way that he knew how to do it. And that meant that 4 had some certain proclivities that, you know, some people might say is a little, you know, a little out there. Now, 4 on the show almost got to the point where he was like being emasculated. Like he had all these girlfriends, and the girlfriends used to just go off on him. Like they were very strong-willed and dominant and all of this. And I think that 4 was struggling trying to figure out like exactly what he wanted to be in these relationships. I think he wanted to be a certain way, but felt that he couldn't be that way because he had to be seen as this strong man and this and that and the other. And I think he was having it was giving him some mental issue. So remember, we saw he had a breakdown. He had a couple of breakdowns and all this. I think that was probably the time where he was coming into having to accept some things about himself. And one of those things may have been the proclivities. So 4 is heavy into S&M, pegging. Do you guys know what pegging is? Basically, pegging is when a woman will strap on a dildo and then, you know, have anal sex with a man. But they apparently, pegging, just because a man likes to be pegged does not necessarily mean, at least to 4 anyway, that he is gay. Apparently that there's all these different categories. You've got your freaky category, your kinky category, your gay, you know, there's different things but the fact that he likes to be pegged, that doesn't mean that he is gay, he says. It's just that he likes to have anal sex. So I guess this is the same thing that Dwight Howard was saying, okay? But apparently 4, so, you know, 4 posts different kind of way out shit. I used to go on his Twitter every now and then just for shits and giggles, just to see what the fuck 4 is up to these days. And it would always be just some way out shit. We should have got a warning from it back when remember when the videos was coming out where he was sending pictures of his booty hole and, you know, from the daint in the different angles and shit, from his nuts and the sack and all. Remember all that? We was kind of concerned because we was like, you know, men don't usually send these type of pictures. Like, the women don't want to see that shit. So who you sending these pictures to, right? So we was already wondering if he was maybe sexually fluid, bisexual, whatever the word is. And but no, he says that he's not. He's just freaky, and he just likes to be pegged, and he likes certain things. He likes S&M. He likes to be dominated. You know, the picture of him in the cage, the kennel cage, very much like the one I put Blue in every night to sleep in. There was a picture of him in that, and that's what has sparked this newest scrutiny from everybody trying to figure out what the fuck's going on with Phor, you know. And listen, I don't have a problem with it. You do whatever the fuck you want to do. Like, I don't care. There's some very freaky and sexual things that people like to do. It might not be my cup of tea, but hey, do you? Like, that's what the fuck you want? You know, that's what you want. Nigga want to get fucked by a big toe? Hey, go do it and handle your business. My thing is, the minute that you put this out for the general masses, when the general masses is not on the same time that you on, and we got to be seeing pictures, or, you know, not we, but we, you know, we got to be seeing pictures of you doing this kind of shit. You have to know that people are going to have a reaction to it. And some of it is going to be unfavorable. Some of it is going to be talking bad about you. And yeah, if you want people to stop commenting on your life choices, your sexual choices, your fantasies, whatever, then nigga, stop putting the shit out there for us to see. Just stop putting it out there. It's just as easy as that. So I can't even feel sorry for you when you get on a radio show and you be like, you know, I'm only gonna say this one time. I need everybody to get out of my quit putting your business out there. Okay? And there's a whole community of people that like doing that stuff, and you can be with them all the time. But the minute that you put it out there for the general masses is going to have something to say. You know, so we don't want another Phor cuss out. We don't need you to come on there and go off on us or nothing. You obviously are putting it out there for somebody to talk about it. You can't control what the reaction is going to be. So either stop getting mad about it or stop putting it out there. That's pretty much all I got to say. But I mean, hey, if that's what's making the man happy and he ain't hurting nobody. Although I was looking at that one, I was like, whew. Child, you know, that anal, child, I don't know how folks get past it. Oh my God. But anyway, yeah, Phor, just, you know, do what you do, but do it over there. That's really all that I got to say about it. But my goodness, child, it's a whole lot. It's a whole lot. What y'all think? Y'all still got love for forever him out there? You know, he went from rapping to doing this. I said, you might as well just come on out and be a full-blown porn star. You know, then that way, you know, people will accept you as that. You know, people still see him as Phor, but Phor is totally different. He on something totally different now, y'all. So, yeah, that's it. But live your life. Do what you got to do. But quit telling everybody your business.
But not flossy, the streets that taught me, but we're too bossy, we don't tread softly.
All right, you guys, now this story is so random. I just was like, now where did this come from? Angel Brinks, the designer, you know, she makes all of those very, remember when everybody was wearing the body suits and they were sparkly and shit? It was like the very in thing at one time. So she was the one that was making all of those. So that's how her name has become very known. But she's out there in that industry. She was on Basketball Wives. And apparently Rockstar from Love and Hip Hop fame, we were introduced to Rockstar on, was it Hollywood? Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, I think. Yeah. And when he came on the show, even back then, he was so flamboyant and so over the top and so extra. I kind of thought that Rockstar, I mean, I don't know if I thought that he was gay, but I felt like I thought that he was trying to push down that very flamboyant feminine side of him, like trying to push that part of him down and make himself seem like hyper manly, if that's the word. What is the hyper masculine? And he was just a whole lot. But, you know, we always kind of had the one little eyebrow. We weren't really sure what to say Rockstar was. Okay, but I'll just put it this way. If a story came out that he was gay, I wasn't going to be surprised. Okay, he never came out as gay, but so was that. But he was a personality that was not the most likable to begin with. He was arrogant. He was an asshole. You know, he did a lot. So when I found out that Angel Brinks and Rockstar were together, I was just like, oh, this is interesting. You know, I knew that she was older than him. He was a younger guy. But I was just like, oh, well, maybe, you know, I haven't seen him in some years. I haven't watched Love and Hip Hop in years. So I was like, well, maybe he has changed. Maybe he's matured. He's grown. And, you know, now he's going to be in this relationship. She got pregnant. I was like, he's going to be a father. Like, okay, I mean, maybe that's what it is, honey. I don't know why I thought that, because they done been together for a couple of years. And, honey, when I tell you the bottom done fell out, honey, that Rockstar went and blasted not only Angel Brinks, but a whole bunch of other people. The shit then went sour. They about to break up. Well, they have broken up. Now he's demanding a DNA test to make sure that the baby that he is in love with is indeed his, because Angel been out there, let him tell it, honey, laying it low and spreading it wide for a whole lot of people. I mean, I'm talking about he done blasted Future. He done blasted Ray J. He done blasted Jackie Long. He talked about Cam Newton getting involved with somebody, YBN, what was the man name? YBN Almighty, and some about some money with them, $30,000, and her sleeping with Anthony Davis, and him sending her dick pics, and her fucking somebody in the movie theater of their house, and her cheating, and, you know, fucking with her ex-baby daddy. And I mean, just let me just read a little bit of what he said. He says, due to the recent findings, I need a DNA test. I have to question everything at this point. Pray for me. Imagine having to test the thing you love most in the world because the mother is a cheater at 43. Who cheats this old? Shaking my head, I'm going through it. I feel horrible for my son. I'll explain on my page in a minute, but I'm heartbroken. And yeah, like I said, he went on and blasted a whole bunch of people. I was just like, I mean, Ray J married, even though, you know. But we don't know. Anthony Davis, Jackie Long. I feel like Jackie Long is at least in a relationship. He might be married. But, like, he done told a whole bunch of people, I said, you worried about Angel Brinks. You need to be worried about these niggas that you just done blasted. Okay, that did not want their business out there like that. But, yeah. I said, now, if that wasn't the most bitch-ass nigga shit to do, I mean, how you going to tell it on a whole bunch of other men ain't did nothing to you? Now, Angel is the one that cheated on you, then that means that you need to have your problem with Angel, right? Okay. Now, you went and told all other people, yeah, I'm sure that they got a word that they would like to have with Mr. Rockstar as well. Now, he say that he done bought her purses and clothes and paid her mortgage and gave her money and sent her on trips and, you know, did all this for her to treat him like that. I was just like, I mean, you was treating her like y'all was married. What you was doing that? And I was just like, and what Rockstar was a producer, right? Wasn't he a producer? Yeah, I think he was a producer, so I guess he's still out there. But honey, that Rockstar was mad and he done blasted a whole bunch of people. So I don't know why Angel was with him in the first place. He ain't never seemed like he was somebody that you was gonna want to be with, like permanently anyway. She probably found that out afterwards. I could have told you from the beginning, but yeah, that Rockstar, immature, childish anyway. So, I mean, that seems like this is the Rockstar that I remembered. Tried to give him the benefit of the doubt, but no, just the same. But yeah, look like him and Angel, it's a wrap on that too.
But not flossy, the streets that taught me, I'm just trying to get my nigga paid.
All right, you guys, let's switch gears a little bit, talk about the fires that are happening over in Hawaii, actually on the island of Maui. They say that it's been pretty much total devastation of the city of Lanai, I believe is the name of is it Hanai or Lanai? Sorry, Lahaina. The city of Lahaina, they said, is destroyed, which is like a super touristy area. They say many people visit there every year. Has many historical sites, landmarks and the such, and just a very beautiful area. They always said that Maui is the most beautiful island of the Hawaii Islands. But they said that the wildfires there have spread and just completely burned the city down to the ground. Okay. Now apparently Hurricane Dora has blown through there, and that's the reason why the fires spread so quickly and so widely, at once. So much so that the people didn't even really have time to get out of there. They said that there are people that were on their boats, that live in houseboats, or just happened to be on their boats that day, that the fires came through so quickly that they had to jump off the boats into the water at some points to be safe and try to swim through smoke, through dark, fire, flames, smoke, all that, just to try to get to safety. But and they're saying that a lot of people have lost track of their family, loved ones, friends, because there's no cell service. There's no internet service. They say that there's widespread power outages, and people that have been separated from their family members or their loved ones, they don't know if their family members or their loved ones have survived this. So far, they've said that 53 people have died. They expect that number to go up, but they don't even know yet because they haven't been able to really locate the people just yet. Which kind of puts into perspective how much we rely on our cell phones and things now, and social media, the internet, just the immediacy of being able to do it through your phones or the internet. Now that you can't do that, now you see how difficult it is to really locate and find these people. But very, very sad. I've been to Hawaii, but I didn't go to Maui. I went to Oahu, but even Oahu was beautiful. And I just think about, like I told you guys about the ocean, us being how hot it was when we were in Cancun, and then you hear stories about, you never heard about fires in Hawaii. Like, you never used to hear about this kind of stuff. You've always heard about it being lush and green and beautiful and tropical and all of this, but Hawaii has had a serious drought too. So they have bush and they have dry everything. And then when the heat comes and all you need is a spark, set the fire, then you've got hurricanes because all of the bad weather from all over the place is blowing, and them hurricanes just blowing them fires all over the place. They said it was jumping over highways. They say that shit was blowing and jumping over water and hitting houses and completely demolishing like neighborhoods and buildings. And when you see, I was watching the news last night and they were showing from the sky, the vantage point, when you saw just the amount of devastation, it's very, very sad. And now they're asking, people are homeless. The hotels have opened up their doors to the people because they don't have anywhere to go. The people that were just happen to be there visiting, they've told everybody to leave the island. So the airlines, Delta, American Airlines, Southwest and everything, they have added more planes to go there to pick up the people to take them home. Have lowered their rates so that the folks can get off of the island. And they've made the planes to be bigger so they can get, take more people at one time. But, yeah, just very, very sad. And I don't know, you can't rebuild historical landmarks. That's the whole idea of it. It's been there for years and years and years, and people want to visit and everything. It's not the same if you rebuild something that's been burned down, so. Very sad. I hope I don't have any rock stars there that have been affected, but if I do, our prayers go up for you guys. If you have family, friends, loved ones, there, yeah, our prayers go up for you. But when I look at them videos, I was just like, that is bad. Like, the whole fucking city is completely burnt out. So yeah, you guys, we have got to do something. I'm starting to be more and more aware of just how this summer in particular, how the weather has changed so much that it's definitely making a difference. It's making a difference in our world today. So we're going to have to try to figure out some ways to be more gentle to our earth so that our earth can be more gentle to us. It's something that's going to have to be done eventually. Like, things are getting so out of control when it comes to the weather and these natural disasters. It is a clear sign that Mother Nature is not happy with us. So, yeah, hopefully, the people out there won't be too many more deaths, that they'll be able to find their loved ones and they can get back onto, the route of rebuilding their lives. But our prayers will go up for everybody in Maui.
And I knew I was since the second grade.
Okay, next story. You guys are so funny. Some of these stories happened while I was on vacation, and you guys still want me to talk to talk about this shit. Y'all ain't slick, but anyway, the Lizzo accuser. So, 3 of Lizzo's former backup dancers, Ariana Davis, Crystal Williams, and Noel Rodriguez, they got lawyers together and decided that they were going to sue Lizzo for Lizzo, Big Girl, Big Touring, and her dance captain, Charlene Quigley, for creating a hostile work environment. They said that the work environment was heavily sexually charged, to the point where these women were forced to do things of a sexual nature that they were not okay with, but felt pressured to do because they wanted to keep their jobs. They wanted to stay in good favor with Lizzo. And they said that it just was an environment that was not the best. There were other dancers that came out that was not a part of the lawsuit, but did confirm their stories and say that that was the reason why they decided to leave Lizzo's dance team, because it would just be all these way out situations. We heard of a couple, they were in Amsterdam, they went on, I guess, the red light district, went to see some sex shows. One girl said she was forced to eat a banana out of a woman's vagina. There was others that I guess they shot things out of their vaginas and that they had to catch. And they've been in different situations. They've been having to eat food off of naked people and all of these things. They said that even though the Quigley lady was very heavily religious, she also had some sort of fantasy about dicks and child. I mean, you would just have to read the stories, but there was a lot that was going on, apparently, with Lizzo and her dance captains. I mean, her dance captain and her dancers. I was trying to look through some of the complaint, and they were saying that Lizzo actually was mean and that she would always be telling them about their weight and say, you can get fired if you don't, if you gain weight, which is an interesting thing to say because Lizzo's entire brand is on the big girl, the heavy set girl. Her dancers are all big girls, and so, and they're all varying sizes. Some are much bigger than others. They're all considered bigger. When you look at your a general dancer, you would think of a dancer's body. These girls are all bigger girls. So it's interesting that she would say you can't gain weight, but they're all varying sizes from maybe your 14s all the way up to like your 26s. Okay. I don't know, you guys. The story is just so way out because Lizzo has built her brand on this that I'm just going to say that I don't want to believe it. I don't want to believe that she would be this not only callous towards her dancers or careless towards her dancers, but just this like stupid to go against her brand. This is what she has built everything on. The fact that, big girls can dance, the big girls want to be loved, the big girls are sexy, the big girl, but then for her to be shooting down her own big dancers and putting them through all this, it's just, I don't know. It's a strange, the lawsuit is strange. And if it is true, I just was like, this is not going to be good. I don't know, even if it isn't true, if Lizzo's career is going to be able to, this is definitely a mark on her career, for sure. And unless they can get these allegations completely knocked out and kind of immediately, this is just going to be something that's always going to be floating around in the background of Lizzo. Now, there was all this talk about, Beyonce supposedly leaving her name out of the song, when she names all the people in the song. At one of her concerts, right after the allegations came out, Beyonce had forgotten to say Lizzo's name, and people thought that was because Beyonce was being politically correct and staying out of the fray of all of the shit that came with the thing. But no, it turns out that Beyonce just forgot the lyric. I mean, Beyonce got to remember millions of lyrics, so I guess she forgot Lizzo that day. Okay, like her mama said, one day she forgot Solange, but she still loves Solange. However, it is also, I must note, that Lizzo was supposed to headline the Made in America festival that Jay-Z has every year. She was a headliner, co-headliner with SZA, and now they have decided to cancel the festival because of extreme circumstances that are outside of the producer's control. Okay, and I believe those extreme circumstances is all of this law problems that Lizzo is now having with her 3 dancers. Now, the lawyers is telling us that there were 6 more charges, 6 more allegations that they are overlooking right now, and that there may be more people that's added to the lawsuit. And so, like I said, this is not going to be good for Lizzo. Now, she has come out and said that the claims were ridiculous and, not true, and that she never would talk to her people that way, and, that she kind of felt like she was being blindsided by all of this. I don't know. Also will say that it sounds like Lizzo has probably pissed somebody off, a big name, somebody somewhere that has decided to come after her. So it kind of reminds you of the same situation with Jonathan Majors. Whether or not they are guilty or innocent, sometimes there are people that, when they are on this huge trajectory, and it's like everything is going right for them and it's good and all that, and then all of a sudden one thing happens and it just puts a complete halt on shit. Jonathan Majors was everywhere, and now this lawsuit with the girl, and now everything is on halt. Now it looks like the same thing is happening to Lizzo, and in very much the same fashion. And this attacking her brand is just, I don't know, you guys. So we're gonna see what happens with this. Definitely not the last that we've heard of it. I feel like there's going to be more that's coming out. Lizzo is pretty much staying quiet, other than maintaining that it's not true and that she's going to fight this. But like I said, the damage has already been done. It's just how much damage is going to be maintained is what we're gonna have to see. But it's already, besmirchified her name, y'all. Shout out to Don King. So what do you guys think? Do you guys believe that this is something that Lizzo, I mean, we can't say that anybody is above or below anything, right? I mean, folks are human. Folks can do a lot. But I sure would hate to think that this is how Lizzo is out there moving. It's just, I would hope that's not what she's doing. So we gonna wait and see, y'all. And when I know more, then you'll know more.
That's why my time is coming, cause I'm never late. Came from broken homes and broken dreams to getting paid.
Next story up is a quick one, y'all. I just really can't understand what is going on with DJ Akademicks. What is wrong with him? I've never really paid much attention to him. I only see when he comes up on the different blogs, and the latest is him going off. Well, the actual latest is him going off on, I just saw a video of him going off on, who was the girl? I mean, he was cussing them out. Oh, SZA. He was talking about SZA. I don't like when men call women bitches. If the man ain't gay, for some reason, a heterosexual man calling a woman a bitch is a problem for me. I don't know why. I can't really explain why, but I feel like gay guys can call women bitches because it's sort of like bitch, like how we call women bitches, like bitch, whatever. But we don't mean it that way. But when a heterosexual man, that might be ignorant, but that's just kind of how I see it. But when a heterosexual man calls a woman a bitch, it feels like there is some hate behind it, some vitriol behind it. And him going off on SZA the way that he did, it's just so weird. You don't normally see men coming after women like this, which is eyebrow raising, right? But I won't get into any of that. I just think that he's an ass, you know? And he doesn't like the fact that women will challenge him or say things about him. So apparently Erykah Badu was on his show and just playing around, told him that he reminded her of Jerry the Mouse. She sang it and everything. I used to love Tom and Jerry. They were my favorite cartoon to watch. So I know exactly, I know all the Tom and Jerry cartoons. I know the Tom and Jerry music. And I know exactly what Erykah was talking about. He does look like him. You know, he does look like Jerry. But apparently he was upset about this. Now, this was some time ago that she said that. But he was on his show and he was just going off on her, calling her all kind of bitches, saying that she was ran through by all these rappers and all of this. And, you know, the bitch coming here and she waving sage around like, I don't fuck with you. You know, anybody that come in here, you gonna have to show me. Like, I don't give a fuck. You gonna have to show me. Like, show me. You know, you gonna have to show me. I was like, what is he talking about? Show him what? You know, I don't know all of the new lingo that the kids be saying. So y'all might have to explain to me, what the fuck was he talking about? He just sounds like a man that is very, I mean, he don't like women. I really don't think that he likes women. The way that he talks so bad about them and then is allowing himself to go on record saying these things and not thinking anything about what people might say about the things that you're saying. He's child. But the best part of all of that was after he had then went off and went crazy on Erykah Badu like that, Erykah Badu came back and she said, you know how Erykah Badu can be very serious and deep and all of that. And she said that, you know, she just realized that she had gone on a show and had said some things that was deeply triggering, you know, for a man, and that it started making him act pussy. Okay. And then she was like, so, you know, because he was acting that way, we gonna do it. And then she was like selling her damn incense. You know, she has those pussy incense that she sells. Remember I told y'all back in the day they used to sell the pussy incense at the liquor store? Well, Erykah Badu has brought them back. Okay. Well, let me show the picture. Let me show y'all the picture. I would put it on here, but child, it's easier for me to just show y'all the goddamn picture here. This is it. It's a Badu pussy. But look, it got a picture of Tom. I mean, it have a picture of Jerry on there. And what you guys can't see is, or maybe you can't see it, but on his necklace, on his chain, it says Livingston, because that is DJ Akademicks' name. So, as a little tongue-in-cheek, like nigga back at you, you know, extremely shady moment, she has put out these incense, which are sold out again, by the way, on her website for the people to buy, which is even funnier to me. You know, Erykah Badu has she has a good sense of humor. She is funny to me. And I just love the fact that she got back at DJ Akademicks in that way. I mean, why not make a bit of a buck off of a clown? Yeah, he is interesting. Like, I don't know, but the way that he yells and screams about women all the time, there's a bigger issue there. There's really something very underlying and deep-rooted problems with old boy. Okay, but yeah. Y'all got y'all pussy incense from Badu? Y'all have to let me know what it smells like. She said everybody around the world want to know what a pussy smell like, so now you get a chance too. Go on and buy you a pack. I love Erykah Badu.
Love, dollar bill, listen close, this is not a drill. Cause hungry trying to get a meal out.
And then lastly, you guys, in quickies, we got quite a few little quickies to go through. First up, Billy Porter has told us that he has decided to sell his home because of the Hollywood strikes, the writer strike, and also the SAG-AFTRA strike. He says that he can no longer afford his home, that he is going to sell it so that he can, make a living for himself. He said that unless you have the fuck you money that these big stars have, in your George Clooney's, your Julia Roberts, your Denzel Washingtons, your, Viola Davises, your Meryl Streeps, unless you making that kind of money, most of these actors out here are living check to check. Okay, or may have a little bit of a savings saved up, but definitely not something that is going to always ride them over, carry them over through something like a strike. And so he says he can't afford his home anymore and he's selling it. Now, I know that he recently got a divorce, or, because they announced that he was breaking up from his partner. I think he'd been with that guy over 10 years or something like that. I'm sure that also weighs into the equation when he thinks about his overhead, his bills and all, whether, he's going to be able to afford this house. So yeah, he's selling this house. He said that just like they said that they were going to try to wait out the people, starve them out, and that they eventually will come back because they won't be able to afford to strike. Well, Billy, there's proof right there. He was like, you're right. You've already starved me out. I can't even afford my damn house no more. It's not going to be easy for them people that are all striking, it's going to be hard for them to try to stick to this. I imagine they'll all have to go and get regular jobs until, that strike is over. And when you are even a Billy Porter, who's not a Denzel Washington, but he's still a well enough known name, he ain't really trying to go and apply for no damn job at, at the post office or nothing. He'd be like, that's Billy Porter. He used to be on polls. He up here sorting mail now, Not that anything is wrong with sorting mail, but what I'm saying is if you're acting, it's kind of hard to, if you're in that entertainment industry, it would be hard for you to just go back and get a regular layman's job, is what I'm saying. But they might have to do it, so we'll have to see. But yeah, Billy Porter say he can't afford his house no more, y'all. And while we're talking about these billion-dollar movies, let's talk about Barbie. I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. I'm telling you, I'm so Barbied out. I ain't never so quickly got so sick of something as I have with Barbie. I mean, that shit was everywhere. Whoever marketed Barbie, they did the damn thing. When HGTV had a Barbie house that they was having the people, and they spent so much money on that show. They had all celebrities. They had all of their big names on HGTV that was participating in the competition. And then they had different celebrities on, that they spent a lot of money on that show. But I mean, everywhere you looked is Barbie. Fucking Barbie everywhere. And it paid off because they said, as of this morning, I read that, it made, in just over a little of 3 weeks, the movie made $1.03 billion at the box office. This is the global box office. That is a lot of money. Only 50 films have hit the $1 billion mark. And not that it's super surprising. I mean, Barbie is a brand that's been around for years and years and years. And every, at least here in the United States, Barbie was known. You called Barbie doll, you had called dolls Barbie dolls, and they wasn't even a Barbie. That's how the name is just so synonymous with a doll. And so Barbie has been around. Mattel has made a lot of money off of it, and this movie, so where did all that money go in this strike? Well, I'm hoping that Issa Rae, who was part of the cast there, I'm hoping that she got a good check out of it too. Okay. And I hope that they was able to negotiate some back end and all the other shit that's coming off, because $1 billion, honey, that is a lot of money. Everybody need to break bread. But congratulations to them. Also, I can give you the news that Wayne Brady has come out as pansexual. That's right. He said that he has lived his life, the majority of his life, in guilt and shame, because he wanted to love who he wanted to love, and because he was Wayne Brady and he was seen a certain way, and he just decided that he would put off that part of his life and not share that with the people. But now he's tired of living that way, and now he's gonna live his life out loud. He is pansexual. He's sexually fluid. Whoever the hell he fall in love with is who he gonna be with. And everybody was like, why he telling us all this? I mean, truth be told, you know, Wayne Brady was another one of those situations where I didn't know if he was or wasn't gay, but if he did come out being gay, I wasn't gonna be surprised. Okay. But I guess if you're pansexual, that's, you know, I don't know. I have to get with my gay rock stars. Y'all have to let me know what exactly that means. I guess maybe folks are just tired of getting the label as gay. Just let me just be who I am. Let me just love who I want to love, you know. But like I said, people are saying he didn't have to say it, and why is he announcing it? And I was like, no, he doesn't have to say it, but let him be out with his boo, who's a man, out holding hands, you know, at the movies, and give him a kiss. Y'all would have been all over that man, you know, turning it into a scandal, saying, oh my God, Wayne Brady has been on the DL all this time and never said nothing. We know that he's been married a couple of times. He has a daughter from his second marriage. I think he was married to that girl for about 10 years or so. So, you know, everybody, it would have been a scandal. People would have, so yes, they have to come out and say it, because otherwise y'all gonna act like you lose your damn mind if you see him out with his man, you know? So just to let everybody know from the beginning, you might catch me out with my boo, okay? And they may have the same body parts that I have. and that's just gonna have to be it. Y'all just gonna have to get past that. So, you know, I mean, good for him. If that's you want to live his life, child, live your life. Do what you want to do. Okay. Some bad news. After 8 years of marriage, we found out that Tina Knowles Lawson and Richard Lawson have decided to call it quits. They say that she filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. She's asked the court not to give any type of spousal support, and she also wants her maiden name, Celestine, well, her original name before she got married, Celestine Knowles, to be given back to her. Okay, so yeah, she said that it's over. I was shocked that these two got a divorce, because I thought everything was going good, but y'all was like, nope, because he hadn't posted her on his social media since the end of last year, and then apparently the last time that she had posted him was when they had went to the Vanity Fair party after, you know, the Oscars, after Oscars party that Vanity Fair has. She was there with him, and that was the last time that she posted earlier this year. But before that, they hadn't really been posting or traveling together. And, you know, she used to post him quite a bit when things were good. But I guess, you know, all good things must come to an end, and they are calling it quits after 8 years. It's not 7, but it's close enough, y'all. You just take a couple of months sometimes after the 7 years to get the shit done. But yeah, y'all tell me that Uncle Richard was out there on the porn on Twitter porn, liking all of the porn movies and the different videos that people was. I said, please don't tell me that about Richard. Oh man, Tina, you wasn't fucking that old man, and now he out there wanting to look at the young girls and the young boys having sex out there. Like, what is going on here? Okay, some of you guys said that he was mean to her. I mean, I never saw him be mean. He might have said some things. The video going around where he calls her country, some people said that he was being an ass, but you know, sometimes you just be joking around with your spouse and all of that, and so I didn't think anything bad about that. But yeah, I was like, ooh, the liking of the Twitter video. I mean, y'all know y'all be on some research shit for real, right? They said that they got rid of the Twitter account that had all the likes, but not before people noticed that he was liking them. So I don't know if that got anything to do with it, but Richard might have been just having one of them lonely nights, you know. Sometimes you just need a little something extra, an extra tug so you could go to sleep, you know. So maybe them Twitter videos was helping them get there, you know. But yeah, y'all, they say that 8 years and she can't do it no more. So Tina will be back out there in them streets. But if you guys was interested, y'all got some pawpaws that might be interested in Tina. You know, she's 60 something years old, and she say she still look good and she still want to be, you know, she still likes to be out there like, I mean, not trying to say the lady is out there like that, but I think that Tina might be open for love again, you guys. She just strikes me as that type, but Richard say, yeah, he done. So congratulations are in order to Simone Biles, who is back in the winning saddle again. You guys, she was at the U.S. Classic in Illinois this past weekend, just cleaning up. I mean, doing shit that, yeah, I mean, she ain't been competing since the Olympics in 2021. And you guys already know what kind of, that was a bit of a disaster because she got messed up and she was having her little mental problems and she got the twisties and shit and she decided to pull out. I mean, she did win a bronze award on something. I think just the bar, the beam or whatever they call it. But, you know, she didn't produce the way that she normally does. So she said that after that happened, she had already told herself that she was going to compete again, but she did take a break. She was off for a couple of years and then decided that she wants to come to the Paris 2024 Olympics. So now she's going to be competing so that she can qualify for everything. And honey, it looked like she ain't gonna have no problem qualifying. She won the gold at this thing last weekend and was so far ahead of just the next score lower than hers, like 5-6 points up. There was never any threat of anybody even being able to catch up to Simone Biles, which is amazing because gymnastics is a young person's sport. And, you know, Simone Biles, I think she's 25, 26, which is like, you know, she's starting to get up there, you know, when it comes to gymnasts, and for her to still be able to do it at such a high level and still be able to knock these people out the water, even with her not doing it professionally for 2 years, you know, on the competitive side, like awesome. So, you know, that she gonna get the fist pump of righteousness for that black girl magic, because y'all know you just can't get enough of us. And Simone is going to do very well in the Olympics. She will definitely be there in Paris in 2024, and then she can close out her career if she chooses the way that she wants to, on top, as she should. And lastly, you guys, congratulations are in order to Sierra and Russell. It seems that she is now pregnant with their third child together, their fourth kid as a family. You know, she has her first kid, Future, with rapper Future. But Russell pretty much has taken little Future in as his own as well. So we'll just say this is their fourth child. And she posted a video where she's dancing. You can only see her silhouette, but you can see her full belly. You can tell she's pregnant, and she posts something about looking into some words from a song she has about looking into Russell's eyes and then, you know, getting pregnant or something. I don't know. But good for them. You know, they look like they happy and they like to love their kids and the kids love them, and, you know, so why not? Okay, so baby number 4 should be coming. If I look at her stomach, she looked like she might be around 6 months or so. So a few months, maybe by the time it start getting cold again, you know, we have a new baby on the scene. But congratulations to the
Dreams of getting paid.
It is so hot. That's it, you guys. Let me get off of here. We do this every single week, except for when I'm on vacation. So make sure that you thumbs up the video, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you come back. Until next time, Rockstars. Bye.